Dom, 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 domination. Here we are. What's up? I'm Dom, and we got,
Mario, what's up, y'all?
and then we got a special guest, and he is my primo. I'm glad to be hanging out with them all the time. We got here Manny from the Rough Take,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what, man? We're glad to have you, man.
No, appreciate it. I appreciate the line. Like I said, anytime I can help you out, Dom, you need me to fill in or whatnot and help you out, I'm down.
You're a real humanitarian there, Manny.
Always look
I mean, we want to say, happy Veterans Day to you, man, and I thank you for your
Thank you very
service.
much.
I mean, without you, we wouldn't be free.
Well, it's not just me,
Yeah,
but
you got all
I
the
get
services,
where you're
yes.
going. I got a lot of my fellow brothers and sisters that all served as well, and look, at the end of the day, it's well, I mean, I know back in the day there was draftings and whatnot, and hopefully we never have to do that again.
Yeah,
But for me, I just it was just I really was the see I had no other option. I really didn't have no other option.
I hear that. I
But
mean, growing up, I mean, there wasn't as many opportunities as there is now. I
well,
mean, with
yeah.
everything.
So the thing about it is like for me, and I'll put my thing out there, and I don't I don't shut me. I call it like it is. Um, I grew up dirt poor, and so I don't come from good
Money.
stock per se,
Oh,
right? I didn't have a lot of support, and it's a lot of it was financially they couldn't afford it, and for lack of a better way, my mom had me at a time when she shouldn't have been having a kid, right?
mm,
And so she didn't know what it was to be a parent, and so for me, my road to the military was I had a cousin who joined before me. He's older than me. He joined the Navy, and then I have several uncles who were in the Army in Vietnam, and so it kind of ran in the family per se to a certain extent. And so for me personally as well, in school, I wasn't a troublemaker, but I didn't put all my effort into school either.
I
I
hear
just
you there.
as long as I didn't have an F on the report card, I was good, right? And
Yeah,
when would give my mom the report card, that's all she
don't want
cared
to
about.
get beat. You know what I
No,
mean?
like
Like,
she wasn't looking for me to come home with A's, but she's like, just don't come home with an F either.
Don't be failing.
So for me, it was like, man, if I can just get a 70, 75, I'm good, right? So
72.
for me personally speaking, it wasn't it was I didn't have the money to pay for school, and I didn't have the grades to get a scholarship. And at the time, um, my mom, okay, so my mother was murdered in a drive-by shooting when I was 17 years old,
oh my god, bro.
and so that put me in a situation where I was living at home with my mom by myself. My brother, who's younger than me,
Right.
had already left the house and was living with his girlfriend.
Oh,
So it was just my mom and I at home when this happened. And so everything literally fell on me. The
yeah.
good thing for me was that I was already working, right? So I was
All right.
going to school, and I was working. And so it got really bad for me that year after she passed away. And it got to the point where I was going to school, but I wasn't really putting any effort. So it happened, and the second semester of school, I failed every single class, right? And so I ended up failing my senior year, my original senior year. So I had to go back to school.
Take it.
Dang.
And I wasn't even going to do that either. I was just going to drop out. I was working at La Margarita at the time. I'm like,
Wow.
man, I'm just going to hustle, make my money working at La Margarita. I don't need school for this. You know,
True,
that
true.
was my attitude. And it was more that I didn't care just because, I had a lot of animosity because of what happened with my mom. And so my girlfriend at the time, she convinced me like, no, you got to go back to school when the school comes back around. Like you got to
Right.
go back. It's only going to be half day. You only need half the credits for all the second half that you've missed. So you do that and you're good. So I ended up doing that. I went back to school, and mind you, when that happened, I was already had enlisted in the Navy. I was in the delayed entry program, and I was going to the MEPS every month to visit with the recruiter to make sure everything was good. So
Of
I had already
course.
signed to join the Navy before my senior year even started.
You're
Whoa.
Right,
already
so it
in.
was
You're
already a
like,
done deal, right?
it's like you're already
I'm
in.
going.
Yeah,
I'm
and
I'm on it.
so when I
Turbo.
failed, they had to like, okay, you can't do it anymore, and so I went back to school. I did end up graduating, and so I joined the Navy. And I got back in, and so I ended up leaving. I was supposed to leave in during the winter, and the funny thing is, I talked to my cousin. He's like, "Well, where are you going?" And I told him, and he's like, "Well, you better get ready because you're going to be shoveling snow the whole time." I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Oh.
And he's like, "Well, yeah, you're gonna have to go out and shovel the sidewalk and pathway so that you can go and eat because they have so much snowfall that you always go to sleep
Was
and
that
you'll wake
bad?
up and boom, you're gonna have snow. Like
Jeez.
you have to shovel it." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not joining the Navy to shovel snow. What the hell, right?" so,
I'm there to travel the
so
world.
I got a hold of. Yeah, well, I would do something. I shovel snow. Like I just go home. I go to my backyard and start shoveling for that. So I go up to I get a hold of my recruiter. I'm like, look, dude, this ain't gonna work, bro. Like I she's like, well, let me see what I can do. A week later, he comes back. He's like, hey, the best that I can do for you is 2 weeks after you graduate. I'm like, damn, now I'm not gonna have
Damn.
no time to hang out and before I
Party
leave.
for 2 weeks
Right.
Exactly. Like
So it was like, okay, I
being at
graduated,
that
and
age,
literally 2 weeks later
man.
to the day, I left.
and to the Navy.
And yeah, so I was gone. I left. That was my first time ever being on a plane from here to Chicago. The
Damn.
Navy, there was a lot of firsts for me in the Navy. But when I joined, I wanted to become an electrician's mate.
Okay.
So I wanted to learn something. Like I wanted to go in and learn something and do something. But I failed one of the tests, so I couldn't become that. And so I'm like, well, what can I do? And so they're like, well, here are your options. So they gave me the options, and I became a yeoman. A
Hmm.
yeoman is a glorified secretary,
What?
basically.
Nice.
That's
They just
there's
gave you like a
no
weird name? What was it?
that's yeah.
Fancy
That's
name for a secretary,
that's
cuz.
basically what a yeoman is. A yeoman is a
Yo, man.
glorified secretary. And so I ended up going to A school in Mississippi, and I was in Mississippi, and then I left, and my first duty station was in California, so I wasn't even on the ship. I never touched a ship the whole time that I was in there.
What?
Shockingly, yeah. Um, but I got to California. I was in Moffett Federal Airfield, which doesn't exist anymore.
What?
It's gone. And so I did that, and I was there for 3.5 years, maybe even less than that. And they let me go out of my contract early because they were shutting the base down.
Oh, what?
So they were like, okay, well, here's our options. You're not going to stay in. You already told us you're going to get out. It makes no sense to us to send you somewhere. You're not even going to be there a year. We can't keep you here because we got nowhere for you to go, nothing for you to do because the base is like done. It's gone. Everything's going away.
Jeez.
So they were like, well, we're just going to let you out of your
It's
contract
like in the
early.
way it all fell in
They're like,
place.
go
Yeah.
It's like,
ahead. Go ahead,
So
go. Bye.
so
Get
they
out of here.
so they let me out of my contract early. Like boom,
It's
done.
like when you're done with the dog, you're like,
Yeah,
get,
yeah.
get out of here. I don't want you.
So they let me out. I got out. I left and came back home. And my first job was right here in Alamo Downs. There used to be a place called Teleservice Resources,
Mhm.
and I got a job there. And it was basically doing reservations for American Airlines.
nice.
Whoa.
And the crazy thing is, I left there,
And what time
and
period was this?
whoa, this is in '90. Well, when was 9/11?
Yeah,
2001,
2001. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, and this is where 9/11 comes into play. So it was right around. It had to have been '99 because when I went back and I
Hmm.
joined the reserves.
Oh,
My
okay.
girlfriend at the time was like, "Why don't you join the reserves? You
Right.
only got to go 1 week in a month. You'll be able to go on base. You can go shopping on base,
Oh, yeah.
and
Base
Shopping
shopping.
on
yeah, you
base.
get
I
all the
love
Get
base
perks.
the hookups
shopping.
and
You get all the
Ooh,
perks, right? I'm like, oh
cheap.
yeah, it's only costing me a week in a
No
month. That's not
tax.
bad.
Crazy.
So I go back. I joined the reserves, and I started doing that. Right. So I'm back in. I'm in the reserves, and all they did was Okay, well, you signed an 8-year contract, so all we're
Mm.
gonna do is just reactivate that same contract. You don't have to sign another one all over again. I'm like, all
Oh,
right, cool.
finishing
So
it
we
up.
did that. I did that, and so in between that time, I left to the service resources, and I started working for AT&T. And the crazy thing is, it was like 8 months after I got back in. I'm watching the World Series. It's in October. This is right around October, and well, 9/11 happened, right?
Mm.
So September 9/11 happens. Oh,
9/11.
so I'm like, wait a minute. So 9/11 happens, and it's crazy because I was at my apartment. My brother and my cousin had spent the night. It just so happened that they spent the night before.
Uh-huh.
And so I wake up and I'm gonna get ready to go to work. I come outside. I come out of my room and they're watching TV. The first plane had already hit.
Oh my god.
Right. And mind you, I was literally asleep. I had just woken up. I have no idea what the hell's going on. So then I walk out and they're both just like I'm like, what's up?
Like
What
they're
y'all
shocked.
watching? Yeah, like they're like glued to the TV. Like
Hmm.
there's nothing on TV that damn good, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm like, I asked them like, they were so locked in that they didn't even notice me coming out of the door, like coming out my room.
Really?
And so I knew like what are y'all watching? Like,
Right,
I
right,
remember
right.
being in
and
class when that happened. I was a little kid. I was like,
yeah,
what's
so
going on?
I'm like, what are
Hmm.
y'all? I asked them, what are y'all watching? And then my cousin looks and goes, Manuel, look at come and see what's going on in New York. I'm like, what?
New York.
And he goes, yeah, a plane hit one of the buildings. And I didn't know he was referring to the towers. He just said one of the buildings. So I go and I look and I see the first one had already hit. And I'm like, wow. This is literally what I'll never forget what the thought that crossed my mind was like, man, somebody fucked up and flew a prop plane into the building. Like, wow, this is not. I thought it was like one of those private,
Yeah.
little 2 4 seater, whatever.
A private
That's what
jet.
I thought it was
Yeah.
at first. Mind you, this is all I
Like
was asleep when this went
first
down.
time seeing it, yeah.
And then like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds, literally after I said that, we're looking at the TV and then boom, the second one hits. And when I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. That's not what I just thought it
You're
was.
like, this is
Yeah.
real.
This is
Like
real.
that's when it really hit me like, oh, shit, like we're under attack. And mind you, this is the military mindset of mine coming into play here,
Yeah, of
where
course.
I instantly jump to, oh hell, we're under attack. And so I'm like, I told him I need to get ready. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, we're going to war. Like, I'm gonna get recalled. I know I am. This is crazy. Like, this is serious. And they're like, nah. Like, I'm just like, so I went and I packed my bag. I went and I got my duffel bag. I packed everything up. I knew I was gonna get the call. A month goes by, nothing happens. Right. So then October World Series is going on, and I want to say it was the Yankees. So I'm watching the game and I get the phone call from an officer that I hadn't even met yet.
Right.
He had just taken over the command. And he's like, all right, Mr. Rodriguez, like, I'm sorry to meet under these pretenses, but I'm just giving you a call to let you know that we need you to report to the reserve center next week because you've been recalled.
Whew.
Or tomorrow, excuse me, tomorrow.
Oh
So this
my
was like on a
God.
Tuesday night. So I'm like,
That's
all right.
crazy.
Nerve wracking right there.
And everyone
Yeah.
in the room, when I got off the phone and they all started breaking down crying. My girlfriend at the time, my mom, they're like freaking out. And I'm like, let's do it. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm
Give me
down.
my gun. I'll go take on the
I'm
whole
down.
army
He's
myself.
like, I'm pumped, man.
And
Let's
so
go.
they they have no idea where I'm going. And mind you, I get to the reserve center and they still will not tell me where we're going. They won't tell nobody where they're going.
That's crazy.
All they said is like, look, all I have to go to Pensacola, Florida. They're gonna process you back in to active duty.
Right.
And then when they finish doing that, then they'll give you your orders to where you're gonna go. I'm like, Jesus, I'm convinced, man. I'm going overseas. I'm gonna get into the shit, right? If you're not gonna tell me where I'm going, that
It's
means
like, that shit's serious.
you don't want exactly like I'm thinking. You don't want me to freak out and be like, nah, man, I'm out of here. I'm gonna start running the other way. I don't want to do
You
it,
don't
right?
want to tell you till you get there.
That's
Like,
what
no.
I'm thinking. Because like, why else would you not tell somebody where you're gonna
Right.
go?
That's the
So we
government right there.
literally the next day they said you have 48 hours. It's you have to get everything ready here at home. Let your
Yeah.
family know, your job know, all that stuff, and then you have to be in Pensacola by. It was 48 hours from the time that they told us. So there was 5 of us that drove in a truck, in a big ass. One of our friends had a big ass truck. We're like, we're just going one truck and come back, right?
Yeah.
So what we went, we took off. We drove to Florida, got in there. So we like processes it back in, and we're like, where am I going? Like, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna end up? We're all
Yeah.
like, we get our freaking orders, and we open them up. We're all of us. The crazy thing is, every single one of us in that group, we're all going to Ingleside, Texas. We're like, what?
Dang,
Like
back home.
after all that, we're going to
going back.
Ingleside, Texas. So what ended up happening is we were part of Operation Enduring Freedom.
Yeah, I
So we were
remember
part of the group that got picked to secure the border.
that.
Right. So after they went and took everything over, take care of overseas, they came back and said, okay, now we have to have all our bases along the border. We got to ramp up security because we're just assuming we're going to get attacked again. We don't know from where, so we got to make
Right.
sure we have all our bases, and the borders
Right.
secured. So we ended up in Ingleside, Texas. The crazy thing is that puts us back active duty. So now I'm in the Navy all over again, like an actual like active duty Navy all over again. And so we did that, and I did that for like a year. Initially, I was only going to do it for a year. Then at the end of that first year, they said, okay, it's not as bad as we think it's going to be.
Right.
It's pretty much isolated overseas, so we can start taking it down a notch. So they asked for volunteers, like, hey, so who wants to go back home? Like, who wants out? I'm like, not me. And the reason why is I was working at AT&T at the time,
Right.
and I was working in the reserves. I mean, I was in the Navy,
Double dipping.
right? Well, here's what happened, and I'll put it out there now because it's been years. They can't come after me anymore. But AT&T messed up
Oh.
There you
because
go.
There they go.
they were only supposed to pay me the difference between my military pay and my AT&T pay,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So whatever that difference is, I was only supposed to get that much, right? So where they messed up is they took my because I was working for I was on the sales side,
Yeah.
right? So they took the incentives that I would get every month, added it to my regular salary,
Mhm.
and that difference compared to my Navy check was like my reserve check was huge
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So it turned out to be where I was basically getting a full check from AT&T every week, like as I was working 40 hours.
Dang.
So what happened? What would happen is on the first of the month, I would get my Navy check. The second week, I was getting my AT&T check. The 15th, I was getting my Navy check again. Then the last week, I was getting. So every week, bam, bam, that bank account was getting hammered.
In the words of Mr. Pooey Butthole, ooh-wee.
So when they said, "Okay, who wants to go back?" I'm like, you ever seen that meme of Homer Simpson when he walks back into the bush? That was me.
Disappears like
You would say nothing.
That was me. I was like, because
no, I'm staying.
Where did Manny go?
so it was like I was like, no, I'm not going. I'm staying. I'm killing it right
Oh
now.
wow.
And so I stayed, and that lasted almost another year, and then finally I came back, and I ended up getting out completely. But yeah, that's my military service. Uh, it's
That's like the general like what happened during your time, huh?
Yeah, I mean that was my experience, and that's what happened to me. I got recognitions and citations as if I had gone to war, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I never really did, but okay, I'll go.
I'll take it.
So yeah, you take what you can get, obviously, and
Definitely.
so yeah, that's basically my military experience in a nutshell. From so the two places that I've been to, where I was actually stationed was Moffett Field, California, which is in
Moffett
between
Field,
San Jose and
California.
San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ingleside, Texas, the home.
Well, you're saying that base ain't there anymore, huh?
No, even Ingleside's not there no more. Yeah, Ingleside ended up getting shut down. Yeah, they had a private company come and buy it, and they use it as a shipyard now.
Mm.
Yeah, I found that out because I drove down there just to see what was going on.
My
Oh,
own
he was
base.
super
Hey,
still
what's
down
going
here,
on
man.
here?
But yeah, that's my military life history in a nutshell.
Crazy. And we do want to ask some questions, but before we get to that,
Mm-hmm.
we want to go ahead and do just a shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Pub Culture Radio. Follow, like, subscribe. And another one we were going to shout out to is Manscaped. You got to Manscaped your man areas.
Manscaped.
Manscaped.com, promo code Pub Sports Radio, get some percentage off. We also want to thank Southtown 101 for housing us and keeping us giving out good content every time. We also want to shout out to Steve with Texas Bearded Cartel. This is a shirt right here. This is his hat. I mean, he's coming out with new stuff all the time, but right now he's taking a little break. But you'll see him out there at different, vendors, supporting local. So shout out to Steve. Then we want to shout out to Mario's Blackout Agency,
Yeah.
Colton, Mason, and we want to, let them know, like, hey, thank you for all you do with us. Military City AC and Heating. Of course, Albert, the owner, he is a military personnel. He served with he was a Marine, medic, and he was tonight he's celebrating with his family. Hope he has a good evening, and thank you for your service, Albert.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. But hit them up. Military City Air Conditioning and Heating, 210-900-4232. So hit them up. So now you have to shout out too.
What am I shouting?
You have any people to shout out? Like any artists, anybody?
Well, right now, I guess Shaw Revolver, they're at Tucker's Cozy Corner right now. So
Oh, yeah?
they're jamming there to a ton.
Oh,
Mhm.
damn. Shout
All
out.
the way from Arkansas, so shout out to them.
What?
Oh,
Give a little
nice.
Shout
there,
out.
Very nice.
Man. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and start with the new segment. We're gonna go. It's called Manny Queso. So where we ask you a question, you take a chip and try the queso.
What? Really? For real?
Yeah, we're like,
Munch House. This is like
because
Munch
we're gonna
House
ask you
session.
questions. We're like, okay, so Manny, in your so was the Navy your first choice, or did you have other choices, like other influences in your family?
The Navy. I knew I didn't want to be I didn't want to join the Marine Corps, and the reason why I decided not to join the Marine Corps is because I just in my mind, based on what I had seen and heard, I was like, well, I'm gonna join the Navy. The Marines. All I'm gonna do is learn how to shoot a gun. Like, what does that do for me? Right. And I kind of viewed the Army the same way.
Mm.
And so when I started doing some research, is the Marines support the Navy and the Army supports the Air Force. So
Mhm.
for those of you who don't know, the way it works out is the Air Force covers the air.
Right.
So the way it works out is, well, while the Air Force is in the air, who's taking care of them on the ground? That's where the Army comes in. That's
Gotcha.
that's how the Army got, So then for the Navy, it's like, okay, you're out. The Navy takes care of the sea, right?
Right.
And so, but when you're out at sea, when you get to a port, who's going to represent you on the land? That's when the Marine Corps come in. So the Marines and the Navy go hand in hand, and the Army and the Air Force go hand in hand. So my thinking was, well, I don't want to join the Marine Corps because all they're going to do is teach me how to shoot a gun. Like, what can I do with that if I ever get out? When I get out, right?
Yep.
And I looked at Army the same way, like the same thing. I'm going to learn how to fight. Like, okay, how do I make a living from that? Right? Unless I become a boxer or something.
So you thought ahead. You thought way ahead.
Come to find out, I think like that all the time.
Yeah.
Even in my daily life now. But so then I thought, okay, it's down to the Air Force and it's down to the Navy. And my thinking was, well, I can make a lot of money.
Were you scared of heights? That's why you didn't want to go.
Well, no, I am afraid of heights.
Oh,
I am afraid of
no, I
heights.
just called that.
But so my thinking was, well, if I join the Navy, I'll be on a ship, which means I'll never get off the ship.
I'm joking.
No, and that's the way I looked at it. I thought, okay, it'll save me money. Because what the hell am I going to spend my money on if I'm on the boat all the time?
That's true.
Right?
That's
true.
you
go and you visit ports. So guess what happens? Exactly.
Stack
so I'm
it
thinking about it
up.
like my bank account's getting stacked when I'm just sitting on a boat getting paid. So I don't need anything. I
Right.
get fed there. I get, so
Mhm.
yeah, like, so that's a no brainer for me. So, and then two of my cousins had joined the Navy. My uncles were in the Army. Well, they got drafted to the Army.
Mm.
So that's how I landed on the Navy. I just
That
figured,
makes
okay.
sense.
And not only that, but I also found out that when you're on a boat and you get like overseas pay,
Right.
hazard pay, like there's so much more
Ah,
money. So I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as
that's
well just get all the
legit.
money I can get.
That's legit.
So that's why I did it. And of
Take
course,
advantage of it.
I never
Yeah,
ended
get
up on a
money.
ship. I never ended up on a ship. I didn't know that was gonna happen. It's just kind of the way it worked out. But that was my thinking. That's how I landed on the Navy.
So whenever somebody says, "Yo, man," you're like, "What?"
No, I don't. I don't. It's just
I'm not a yo man
yeah.
anymore.
It's
Stop
just
calling me that.
that's how I landed on the Navy.
Yeah,
I mean, after
that's
that, it was
cool.
like, well, that's the only. And then, I mean, I guess I could have joined the Coast Guard, but the Coast Guard not
Coast
military.
Guard.
They're part of the Department of Transportation. So,
They're
Yeah,
pretty intense though. I mean,
yeah,
they still get some real times out there.
but
yeah.
yeah. So that's how I landed on joining the Navy.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's a good reason. I mean, my grandfather, Joaquin Montoya, he was in the Navy as well. But like you said, he had a choice, either a life or death. Because back in the day, because he was out there in the streets acting gangster.
Oh,
You know what
that
I'm
kind of
saying?
death. Okay.
That kind of death. So like my great grandmother was like praying for him. Like she was like, "Mijo, if you stay here, you're gonna die." And because nobody makes it out of the hood,
Pretty much.
But if you go in the military, which they're giving you a chance, because back then it was either go to jail or go to the military, and he chose military life. And he was a little hesitant about it. He was like, I ain't about it. But then when he got there, he got into boilers and he was like learning how to fix them and everything, and that's what landed him into Kelly when Kelly was here.
Yeah.
And then he knew everybody, all the CO, CFO, all everybody, all and everybody remembers my grandfather because he was the head of the boiler AC department. So you need something done, I got you. That's how he'd be like.
Yeah.
And so another so moment was does the Navy have great chefs and great food? Because I've
Uh,
heard that their chow hall is like one of the legendary ones.
um, it's pretty good.
Pretty
I'll be
good.
honest with you. Yeah,
Because food
the
too.
mess halls. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing a black shirt. You can't
And
tell
you're
on video,
also a
but
barbecuer, cook, all
so
that.
yeah, I definitely know it. I never went hungry there. That's for damn sure. The mess halls, the meals are actually pretty good once you get out of boot camp. In boot camp,
Nah,
it's just.
dog
I mean,
shit.
and I get it. I mean, you're trying to feed thousands of
Mm,
sailors per cycle, and I'm talking about you bring them in for breakfast, you bring them in for lunch, and you're bringing them in for dinner,
It's a
right?
lot of food, man.
that's a
And
lot of
so,
food. A lot
and
of
so the
powdered
thing
eggs.
is, and their the diet in boot camp and the food is set up to where you're consuming a lot of carbs
Because you're
because
burning
you're
a
Burning them
lot.
every day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everything that they feed you, breakfast, lunch, is based on that kind of a diet. So even that, once you get out of boot camp, you get to the A school and
Mhm.
you get to like your actual duty station where they
Right.
have. That's where you get like a legit. You have options then,
Yeah, true,
right?
true.
And boot camp, I mean, hell no. Just get in there and figure out whatever you got. If you ain't gonna get whatever we got here, then you're gonna starve. But
True.
trust me, they work you so well that you're starving it. It's when you're so hungry and you eat something, it's terrible, but it tastes good because
You're
you're just
like,
so hungry.
I just need
Starving,
something.
That's
man.
basically boot camp. That's basically boot camp. And the crazy thing is you're eating the same thing over and over. The variety
Yeah.
just isn't there.
They're trying to get you ready for those moments. Well, especially like during wartime,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
those MREs, man, no, man, those are dry.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of spiel with MREs.
Ugh.
No, the crazy thing is,
That's some
I
intense
I
stuff.
started eating MREs way before I joined the Navy because I have an uncle who used to work at the St. Vincent de Paul for the
Oh,
church,
okay.
and he would get them and he would bring them to my mom.
Oh.
So I was eating MREs before I even knew I was going to join the Navy.
See, Hispanics are ready for war.
Dude. So
We eat
yeah,
tortilla with
yeah,
beans, and we're like, I'm
yeah.
ready.
So no, I before I even joined the Navy, I already had experience with MREs.
Man,
Yeah.
you weren't suffering. A lot of
No, I
these.
was not. Definitely not.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, we're glad that you shared your experiences with us,
Hell yeah,
Manny.
man.
I mean, because not too many people know what military personnel go through. I mean, we think, oh, they're going through like just training and then school and all that, but there's a lot of these soldiers that can't deal with the whole training, like
No, and you're right because I
basics and
mean
everything.
there's I can remember at least three guys that didn't make it through boot camp, and that were in the unit that I was in. I want to say it was at least three of them, two for sure, maybe a third one that they flunked out basically for one reason or another. They just like you wake up the next day and they're gone. They're like, oh wait a minute,
Wow.
what happened to
It's
so
like
and
they
so?
snatch him out.
And
Yeah, body
no, and
snatchers.
the crazy thing is, by the time you realize they're gone, they've been gone. Like
Dang.
yeah, like you'll start at one exercise and then you line up and because it's not like you can. It's not like we're here where you're looking around see who's there. No,
You're like, where's homeboy
no,
at?
everything is
We're
no. They tell you to line up. You go outside, you line up, and you just get in line, and you're looking at the forehead in front of you, and your head better not move either way. You're gonna get smacked, right? So you're going from one spot to the next, to the next, to the next, and then you don't. At the end of the day, when you get back to your barracks, that's when you can mingle.
Mhm.
But you're like, hey, what happened to so and so? I don't know. I saw him at when we went
Se
to this.
fueron.
He was there, and now he's not. So it's like, wow, somewhere in, and it's almost like if they got in line and everybody starts walking, and then they put him to the side while everybody kept going. It's weird,
Hey, you want to come over
but
here for a
no,
minute?
you don't notice it. There's
That's
like
crazy.
you'll get to the end of the day, and hey, what happened to what? It's like, and the crazy thing is, by the time you get back, his whole locker, everything is empty. Like somebody came and took all his stuff out, and
That's crazy.
yeah, like
That's some crazy
yeah,
government stuff right
you come
there.
back and like,
Ghost.
and then they won't tell you. Like you even try to ask the recruit commander about, hey, what happened to
What happened
her?
to Billy?
They'll give you that. Shut your mouth and worry about yourself. Don't be asking questions. Okay,
That's
but
way above your
yeah,
pay grade,
yeah,
soldier. Get in
basically.
line.
So yeah, it's kind of it's just the way it's structured, and their intention in
Mhm.
boot camp, it literally is to break you down.
Yeah.
They are trying to break you. There's no other way around it. And
Some intense stuff, man.
Yeah.
and right, and they're trying to
Body and mind.
they're trying to weed you out, and they're trying to break you because they don't want to waste any more money on you later on when whatever problem it is you have comes out.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out what's wrong with you right now because once you get past this stage, now you qualify for benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's all it's at the end of the day it comes down to
vara.
right. So if you can get through boot camp and you get through A school, once you get to your command, you're in. And what I mean by in is if anything happens to you physically, mentally,
it's their problem.
medically, they're responsible for you now for the rest of your life. So their intention in this goes for everybody, whether you're Air Force, Navy, Marines.
Right.
The Marines are the most hardcore about it.
Oh yeah.
But they're all trying to do the same thing at the end of the day. They're trying to break you because if you can get past boot camp and you get past A school,
You're in.
you're in.
You
And
got
what I
all the
mean when I say you're
goods.
in is they're responsible for you for the rest of your life. If something happens, if they find out about a mental breakdown that you have some kind of mental issue after the fact, you can,
Oh,
hey,
see, that's another thing. Like I know some people, and they should remain nameless. That they went through, and then they found out after all the training and A school, they had depression. They have all this stuff, and they've had it. It was pre-existing,
mm-hmm.
but for some reason, they got through all this, and they still came out with 100% disability.
Yeah, and
Come out with a 350 Ford, big old
that's why,
power house, all that.
and you will like if you come out and if you're somebody, I wouldn't be shocked if somebody knew that there was something wrong with them and they joined and they got to the boot camp somehow and they
Yeah.
made it to the A school somehow, and then they go and do maybe just the first tour, and after they come back and get diagnosed. Oh yeah, you got this. Oh, well, I got it here.
Yeah,
That's it. You're in. You're done. You got.
Yeah.
You're covered for the rest of your life, 100%.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody played them
Mm-hmm.
and went that far
Just to get the benefit.
just to get the benefit. Yeah,
benefits.
because I'm telling you, you get that far, and whatever comes out after the fact, they're responsible for you to the day you die. That's
Yeah,
that's just the way it is.
that's crazy. I mean, you know, you think about it, tax dollars goes to support,
Yeah, of course.
and our
No,
tax
it's a
dollars
lot.
go to
It's a lot.
all this. I mean,
It's a lot.
that's hard. But
It's
you
a lot.
know, but last queso question. So, does a lot of military personnel gamble in basic? Like, do they gamble with like snacks and all that? Or
Man,
come on, I know you'll be a
Little bartering
gambler. I
trade
see
session.
you.
okay. So,
Like, I bet you these Fritos for them Oreos over there. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
um,
Cigarettes, like prison.
Some ramen.
for me personally, I really didn't experience that.
Oh, for real?
It may be a thing now,
Hmm.
but
You are too worried
I'm a
about getting
gambler.
in
I'm
there.
I'm a gambler. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not. But I did not get into gambling until after I got out.
Okay. Okay.
So when I was in boot camp, honestly, in boot camp, I was just trying to not get my ass kicked, man.
I hear
Um,
that.
because it was just like, dude, like I'm telling you. Okay, so I'll tell you this story,
Oh,
and
Manny story hour.
this was when I
Story
knew.
time.
This is when I knew this shit got real after, and it was like, well, fuck, it's too late. I'm already here.
Uh-huh.
So the day that I got there, when I flew out from here and I got to Chicago, and mind you, they start processing you, and they do this on purpose.
Mhm.
They fly you out late. You get to the airport in Chicago, then they make you sit there at the effing USO,
Oof.
and you don't get to the base to check in to start your training till like I didn't get there. It had to have been around midnight, right?
Damn.
So you get in there late, and the first thing they do is you get in there and you strip, like just fucking strip. So that you now, man, of course, this was over 20 years ago, and maybe different now, but you walk in, you walk in the room, and you turn, and you're
They
all in
throw
line. You're all
powder
in
at
line.
you.
Mind you, no, okay, I'm gonna tell you from the beginning.
All right.
We pulled up in a van, and we're sitting there in a van,
Naked.
and we're like, what do we do? Like, do we stay in the van and wait, or what the fuck? So it seemed like an hour, but it was probably like 5 minutes, and they do this on purpose.
Jeez.
It's like from here to where the bar is,
Okay.
right? So you can see the fucking. It's a big ass building.
Mhm.
There's one light at the top,
Right.
and all you see is the fucking door, right?
Sounds sketchy already.
So
Oh my god.
so we pull up in this big ass white van, and then the driver just stops. He doesn't tell you nothing, and we're like asking him like, "Do we get off?" And then the driver's like, "Just sit there."
God.
Okay. What the fuck? Like, all right. So we're sitting there and we're all looking at the door, like, because that's all you can see. Everything else is pitch black.
Right.
And so you just see the door, and we're just looking at the door. And then, yeah, like I swear, it seemed like an hour. It was probably like a minute that they make you sit there on purpose so you can start fucking freaking the fuck out. And you do.
Of course. Yeah. Mentally.
Because
Yeah.
you're like,
Tanto like
because what's the first thing you're thinking of when you join the military? Okay, when I get there, I better
They're
do
gonna
whatever
haze
the fuck I
me.
say. Don't make a mistake.
Yeah.
Don't do anything wrong. Don't get it right. So all of us in the van, we're like, what do we do? Do we get off? Do we wait? Like no one's. Then all of a sudden, the fucking door just swings open. You can tell this. They swung all the way open, and the one of the recruiters comes out running to
Oh
the van,
god. What's he
and
doing?
all you hear is, "Oh shit, here he comes!" And he comes running to the van, and it literally he's running to the van. He grabs the doors and holds them open. Get the fuck out and go line up in front of that wall. Like, oh yeah, we're like, what the fuck?
What'd I do?
So we jump out of the van and we're all fucking go get in line by the side of the building, and we're all making a line like that's it. The shit is on. Like we're freaking out.
Damn.
So then they put us in there. All right, get inside. We all get in there, and then they separate the girls and the guys, and then boom. So we get in there. I almost feel like a prison. You're coming in line, and you're marching, you're walking up, and until you stop. Then you do an about face. You turn around, and then there's your clothes are right there,
Oh yeah.
and they'll tell you,
This will
okay,
be the last clothes for.
strip and put those clothes on right now, like, and so they're calling out your names, and then so they're like, they did you what is your size? So boom, just grab it and put it on, and you're dressed. You're already dressed apart, right? So then after that, they take you to this other room, and the barbers are sitting right there waiting for you.
Ooh.
And everybody same shave
Be
everybody's head.
gentle. This is the
So you're
first
just standing in
time.
line. There's 5 chairs. You're going 5 at a time, and everybody. That's it. That's all you see. The same thing to every single guy. Every single.
You just
Buzz
see a pile
cut,
of hair
buzz
just
cut,
like,
buzz
Yeah, you
cut.
see the hair on the crowd. And
Shit.
so that happens, and then they take you through the whole process where they give you the rest of your uniforms, they give you your shoes, they give you everything that you're gonna need. This is like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. So you get back to your barracks, you finally go to sleep. It's got to be 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning.
Oh man, you're
I
about to wake up.
swear to God, 2 hours later,
Beep,
the
beep.
recruit division commander comes in, and mind you, it's pitch black. It's pitch black. We're all asleep in bunk beds. It's our bunk
Oh
beds
man.
all the way down. You're asleep, and it couldn't have been 2, maybe 3 hours
this
max.
is like a movie right here.
And then they all I remember is I hear is bah, 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 like something
Shit.
coming down the hallway. Well, he grabbed the trash can. He went the first one because you have two commanders, right,
Yes.
for each unit. The first one walked halfway down the barrack because it's a long ass barrack, right? He walked halfway down and he grabbed a trash can, a silver tin trash can, and the other one stood at the top, and he had the trash can with I don't remember what he had in his hand, but he was banging with the other one. So when they, I guess I don't know how they synced each other because mind you, we're all asleep. All I heard was "Gah, gah, gah, gah," and I'd open my eyes and I turn over and I just see the trash can. He had grabbed the trash can and he threw it down the floor and it was just making all that noise. And the other one started from the top and he was walking down the hallway, banging it like a drum.
Some
I mean,
WWE stuff right here.
like
Yeah.
crazy. We're like, oh shit, you wake up and then you just get up and muster in front of your bed. And I'm like, oh
the
shit, we gotta get up. And dude, that first day was the fucking worst. 'Cause they kept us up all day long, finishing like the processing basically is what it is. And dude, everybody just crashed at the end of that day.
I could imagine
But no,
exhaustion.
it was messed up because they got me good on during the day. I remember I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and I was sitting in the chair. I remember I fell asleep, and on the next thing you know, he had grabbed one of the shoes. He threw it at me.
Ooh.
Got me right in the head. Right in the head. Smacked me with it with one of the shoes.
Oh,
Instead of a chunk with a big
those
old
things
Yeah.
hurt. Hell
He goes,
yeah.
"Wake your ass up, recruit!" And I cussing at me or whatever because I fell asleep. And I was like, "Oh my god, this sucks! Like, what the hell have I done?"
Yeah. What did I get myself
Yeah.
into? Well,
I'm like,
man.
take me back to the margarita so I can bust some fucking tables again. But,
Well, damn,
yeah.
man. Hey,
So,
so that teaches you the military may be great on the outside, but on the inside, man, he just
no,
told you the inside.
it's they purposely, but and I get why they do it because they wanna basically weed out the weak ones because those are the ones that are
I'm
gonna
not gonna
cost them
invest
money.
in you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's dollars and cents at the end of the day,
Take them
just like
out while
anything
you
else.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. And so, thank you, Manny, for telling us the ins and outs
yeah. I
of your
mean,
military life.
I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different, probably not too much.
Not too much.
Because trust me, they're still trying to break you down and get rid of you before it costs them money.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure they're still doing that.
well, we'll see. I mean, we'll probably ask another veteran that comes up on the show soon about what the new process is. But I
Yeah,
think,
that would be. I would like to hear that one. Like a new somebody fairly new.
Yeah.
I mean,
See
'cause
how
like I
it
said,
works now.
it's been over 20 years for me,
I wonder how it is
and
now.
it was wild ass then. So I don't know. I would be interested now that you mentioned it. And you
Oh,
know what? You should hit up Fred. You
Fred.
should
Oh
hit up
yeah,
Fred
Freddie.
on one of the times that he comes in on his
Yeah,
leave.
he's my boy.
Yeah, because he's in it now, and he just got to South Carolina, or North Carolina, one of those two. And I'm pretty sure he can tell you because he's in the Navy. So
He's in there right
he
now.
could I would love to hear. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna hit him up next time. Hey,
Let's
wanna
call
try some
Fred up.
beers? Yeah.
Fred moments.
Yeah.
But Mario actually wants to hit us up with some music events coming up, right?
Yeah,
Mario?
man, we got some shows coming up. Big shows right now. We got Mr. Mike Towers coming in with his El Young King tour, November 14th to the Freeman Coliseum. Then we got Julieta Venegas coming to the Aztec Theater
Oh,
November
cool.
13,
I gotta get in on
14.
that.
Man,
See,
she's
I
beautiful,
told
man.
you,
Oh,
Yeah.
she's badass.
Mari, did you
Julieta
know that
Venegas is
Manny's
like,
came from
and
a
she plays the
musician
accordion.
family?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the backstory on that, Manny?
Oh,
Well,
whoa. We'll get to that. But I just want to let you know he knows music. So,
No, that's good, man. That's
and
good.
I ain't gonna lie, I would love to go see Julieta Venegas. She's
Man,
badass.
she plays the accordion while she sings and everything. So
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that'll be a good show.
She's legit.
We also got the Gypsy Kings coming November 11th to the Majestic Theater as well.
ooh, majestic.
Yes. Some loco shows. We got a reggae band Capistrano, November 13th, 4 p.m. out here at Bentley's Beer Garden.
Oh yeah, I like Bentleys.
Hell yeah, we got the Hits 2,
Ooh.
2-0, November 12th at Tucker's Cozy Corner, 8 p.m. We also got Will Riley. I'll be playing with Will Riley actually tomorrow at a
rally around Mario.
yes at Big Hops off Bitters, 8
Okay.
p.m. So, and then like I said earlier, we got Shaw Revolver out at Tucker's Cozy Corner as well, and then we got him out at Hanzo's tomorrow, 10 p.m. off Broadway. Then we got Midnight River Choir, Texas Country Band out there in Green Cottages, November 13th,
Ooh, okay.
7 p.m. in Green, Texas. Then we got
Shout out.
Xander Burns Sunday as well.
Sunday.
Tucker's Cozy Corner, so he'll be out there jamming. And then we got Sir Williams November. What does it say here? Oh, November 11th.
It's your
he's out here-
writing, bro.
Yeah,
You
he's
tell
actually
me.
he's actually out there right now at the Burleson Yard. So he's
Hit
out
him
there
up.
jamming. So yeah, go let him know you guys are out there. And with events, we just got a Worst Fest out in New Braunfels still
Hey,
going.
I want to go out there.
And then we got the second annual Musicians for Munchkins out at the Mountain Breeze Camp, November 13th, 3 p.m. So there'll be musicians out there jamming for the little kids and getting some presents and getting them prepped for
That's
the
what's
holidays.
up. That's what I
cool.
like to
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like to see kids getting presents, getting fed, all that for free.
No, I'm
Well,
definitely
time for
down
the-
with that. I got taken care of by Elf Louise many
Oh, yeah.
years. Trust me.
Louise, I used to help out with that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And you know what? You know what time it is, Dell? It's that Mario moment. Mario moments. Here we go. So Mario, what you got for us in your moment? You got a little gift for
Let's
us?
see. Maybe we can do a little guitar playing here for right now.
Sure.
What do y'all want to
I'll
hear?
hold it up for you if you need. All right, I got you. There you go.
All right, we have a little Mario moments.
Mario moment.
We'll do a little drinking problem here.
Cool.
One more night, one more down, one more round. First one in, last one out. Giving this town lost to talking about. They don't know what they don't know. Though people say I got a drinking problem, that ain't no reason to stop. Though people say that I hit rock bottom, just 'cause I'm living on the rise. Yeah, well, it's a broken hearted thinking problem. So pull another bottle off the wall. Oh, people say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. Cheers to all you veterans out there tonight.
Woo!
Yeah.
All the veterans for Veterans Day.
Very nice.
Because a lot of us got drinking problems.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm so jealous.
Ain't no lie. We got some kind of problem.
No party going on tonight.
But you know what? And you know what? This is a podcast with a lot of firsts. And right now we got
First for everything tonight.
First ever thing tonight.
Yeah.
This is called the DM box.
DM box.
The DM.
Little mystery stuff going on over here.
You think it's direct message, but it's the Dom and Mario mystery box. So right now we go.
What's in it today?
So
tonight?
Manny, go ahead and open it up. See what it is.
There's like only one thing in here then, or
Well, we don't know.
oh,
It's the mystery box. What's in that bag?
What's in that bag today?
looks like a drink.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a
Wow.
Fireman 4. And
What is that?
so here on Domination, we like to provide a lot of local beers, products, food,
Anything
and
local,
yeah. So we want to go ahead and try it out. All of us, just
Oh,
like
okay. This
we
is
got cups.
realalebrewing.com out of Blanco, Texas.
Yep,
Shout
That's what
out
it looks
Blanco,
like.
Texas.
Blanco, Texas, been through there. And it is a blonde, so it's 19.2. I got this at HEB. You can also get it at Specs, any local, uh,
Liquor store.
any other local liquor store, or even at the bar. I believe that a lot of bars have this too.
Oh yeah, you're gonna. Well, wait, hold on. You're gonna want to tip it, tip it,
Oh,
so it doesn't foam
Little
up.
yeah,
tip,
there you
yeah,
go.
Yeah,
yeah.
See,
there you
Manny's
go.
also a bartender.
No,
You know,
I just drink a lot.
I just drink there you go. According to your heart desires, you know.
A
But we
little
just
bit
want
more
to
than
give it a
this.
taste, see what you think about it. Is it something you would like to do? What do you taste? You know, all that.
So firemen's or firemen's four?
Fireman's Four.
Firemen's four. Okay.
Yes, it's a
Wow.
blonde.
5.1.
Oh, it's a lot
Oh yeah. It's
more than
Huh?
most of what we drink. All
All
right,
right.
to domination.
Cheers.
Cheers, yo.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Like
It's
if you
kinda-
like light beer, this is really something
What
to
is
try.
this?
Yeah.
And you pour yourself more if you like it. I mean, this is
I'm gonna a little bit
something.
more than this right now.
This is something that
Yeah. That's actually pretty good.
everybody likes their own Budweiser, Bud Light, but like those high end brands. But
Mhm.
we want to support local and local only. Until we run out of local, then we'll move out. But I don't think we'll run out. We got too
The
much.
whole craft beer is like an explosion with
Exactly.
like
And people
them
coming up with
obviously in
crazy
Blanco.
ideas.
You got Freetail. You got Alamo. Oh, there's so many.
Cactus Land out there in
Yeah.
Atkins.
Exactly.
Man,
And even liquors too. I mean, we got this liquor from it was I think it was Mary's. It's a vodka and it's a tequila actually,
Hmm.
and it's exploding right now. It's hard to get a hold of these guys. That they're from San Antonio and they made their own tequila, and
what's it
it's
called? Mary's Tequila?
I think it's like Mary's. I will bring it on the show next time. But yeah,
Well,
definitely, Fireman's Four. Definitely, if you can find yourself a blonde ale that you like, this is definitely something to go
Yeah,
with.
this is not bad.
Yeah, this is-
not bad at all.
And
this is
my
tasty.
boy Manny, he be drinking Coors Light. A Michelob, all that. This is light
And it has a little hoppy taste. I mean,
It
not
does.
at the end.
not like
Yeah.
hardcore, but just a good enough amount.
Yeah, exactly. So the mystery box. I mean, we be doing all that, and we also got a lot of comments here. It's like
What's going on over there,
the
guys?
clapping. Dominic Perez. Hey, shout out.
Shout out to y'all.
Steve. Yeah, Patriot. Yeah, there you go.
What's up, Joel?
What up,
I see DJ's in there.
DJ?
Hey,
That,
DJ
that was a
Sam.
what?
Joel,
That was
what's
a.
up?
Oh.
Oh.
But I think you
Yeah,
tip
not
it.
that they got you, man.
Hey, but I see my boy Joel be talking there about the next topic right now.
What's up, Joel?
We got
me.
the UTSA runners
UTSA
coming
runner.
at you undefeated. We got UTSA now at 9-0, ranked 15, but was it 23 right now? 20, 23. Okay, 23 right now.
Really?
Right now, yeah, because that's the real rank that we care about. Right
All
now.
right, all right.
The next game is this Saturday, and I know Manny's gonna be there. Orange out. Don't forget Orange out.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Actually, I don't even confirm that she's right outside, but I believe we are going this weekend.
Nice.
It's more to support our daughter Bella.
Yeah.
Who will be an alumni of UTSA when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Mimi.
No, the funny thing is, Lisa's like, yeah, you do want to do the game this week? It's like, yeah. And then I find out. So I said, so is Bella gonna come over here? Or are we gonna pick her up or what? She's like, oh no, it's just gonna be you and I. She's not going with them. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not going. Like, she's too cool for us or what? It's like I thought that was only in high school. But apparently not. Apparently we'll be there and she'll be with her friends wherever the student section is or whatever. No, and it was funny because I'm like, well, then what's the point of going? Like, I was going to like sit with her and hang out with her. But no, we're going. We're gonna support. I am an alumni of Tamusa. They don't have a football team yet. I'm guessing in about another 15, 20 years they'll probably get something going.
Definitely.
But I'll support and I'll back up UTSA because of my daughter. And Go Runners will be there this weekend.
Yeah.
And it looks like DJ goes, if I
Go
had a babysitter,
Roadrunners.
I'd go to. Oh, his babysitter's gonna be there,
Oh, yep.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But but yeah, definitely, it's gonna be orange out. So wear your orange for the game at the Alamo Dome. It says overall UTSA they're the top of the conference, USA West, but they're now part of the American what was it AAC. But yeah, but next year they're gonna be a
The
whole different
the
schedule.
American Athletic Conference, AAC, I believe
Yeah,
is what it's
AAC.
called.
So I mean, hey, I'm excited, and I mean, we got the coach for 10 years. I mean, just gonna be building from here on out, and then of course we only got a couple games left in the season. We want to go the top spot of the whole conference, 3 wins ahead of the Thundering Herd from Marshall. After this weekend, UTSA has 2 regular season games left. UAB, which is the University of Alabama at Birmingham, and UNT, University of North Texas in Denton.
I really hope that game is here. I want to go see the North
Oh
Texas game.
yeah, yeah,
I hope
definitely.
that
Yeah,
one's
good one.
here.
But overall, go Runners! Keep the streak alive.
Yes, sir, for sure.
And other than that, I do. There's another topic that we want to talk about before we the get off the air today.
Dale, we
Uh,
don't have anybody behind us, right? After us. Okay,
oh,
don't
no,
think
we're
so.
good.
then
Then
we
we can
can
stay
keep
here till
going.
10. Hell, talk about
Bill's
whatever you
like,
want.
damn, I was gonna
Dale
eat
don't
that
mind. Dale's
leftover
down.
spaghetti,
Dale's down. He may want a beer between now and then.
But
One of firemen's again.
yeah, more.
Yeah.
But one of my cousins, Josh, he went to the Astroworld Festival, and so
Man, that was crazy.
he went out there, and so as of November 9th, 2021, 8 confirmed dead, more injured because and it's like multiple lawsuits are being filed against Travis Scott, Drake, Live Nation, and the venue. Thomas J. Henry, local lawyer, he's representing a good chunk of those lawsuits. Travis Scott was offered to pay for the funerals of the deceased. You know, there's conspiracy theories because like they didn't show like that Travis Scott was actually on screen saying, "Hey, somebody passed out over there. Like we need to get somebody in there." He actually said that during the concert,
Mhm.
and like for some reason they think that he didn't really care and just kept the show going. But he did shout out and say, "Hey, like there's something going on over here," and he kind of stopped the show a little bit, and to get the EMTs there to help that person who's passing out
Mhm.
in the crowd. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories with that. They're saying that he didn't do nothing. He was just worried about his own, tour, his own festival. But it's a lot of security issues because there was a lot of people running around, trampling, running over each other.
There's 50,000 people that attended that.
Yeah, 50,000.
I mean,
Remember?
but isn't that like the norm? I mean, if you get a venue that can support that many people,
Why
like
not go all out? Exactly.
I mean,
Right.
you're gonna try to get as many people as you can in the venue, so that's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Said there was 100,000 tickets.
it's one of the.
somewhere now.
My thing is this: like, I'm not gonna jump to a conclusion
Mhm.
yet
Right.
on it
Right.
because of the fact that I think there's still a lot that needs to be investigated, and
Right.
there's a lot that needs to get that to be looked into. From the number of security that they had to the number of EMTs that they had there. You got to get
A lot of
all of that
factors.
information together first, and they say, okay, look, here are the facts, and then once they put that out there, then you can go, okay, fault falls here because trust me, when all that stuff comes out and the investigation is done and the report is put together and they put it out there, okay, this is what we found, then the blame is gonna be it's gonna fall on and it's gonna issue itself like you're
Right.
gonna be able to easily say, okay, that's on you, and this
Yeah.
is on you. The only thing about Travis Scott, from what I've seen, read, and heard so far, is that this is notorious for happening at his concerts,
Right.
and it's one of those. It was bound to happen at some point, and I've even heard people saying that I'm surprised that it took this long for it to happen.
Mhm.
Um, and the only thing that I can see that's going to hurt him where he may be held, where he will probably be held liable to some capacity, is that he's been arrested for disorderly or inciting a riot at one of his concerts in the past.
Mhm.
So that's on like that's on record. You can't hide from that. You can go and look it up and find out the details of what happened and what he did there. So that sets precedence.
Definitely.
So the thing about this, and this is the one thing that I heard, I want to say it was on Good Morning America. They had a legal analyst come on, and when he said this, I'm like, that's key.
Hmm.
Is that there were so many people, and this is the norm. It's not like it just happened at this
Yeah.
concert, but this happens at any event. There's so many people with camera phones filming
Yeah.
that when it's all said and done, whoever's investigating will be able to piece a complete timeline
Yeah.
of the concert
Yeah.
through those videos. So you're gonna be able to hear what did Travis Scott say or not say.
Right.
Like you're
Right.
gonna be able to hear it. You get in some way, shape, or form all the video once they collect it all, which and they will.
Right.
You'll be able to piece together a complete timeline from start to finish,
Hmm.
and then you'll be able to say, okay, the video obviously shows this.
I mean, I really hope he was trying to stop it because when the whole chaos broke loose, they said like around 9:30. It took him like 40 minutes to 45 minutes to
That's
stop when that whole thing
that's yeah,
started.
that's my understanding
that's
too.
like-
Is that while it was
It's
going
like,
on,
bro, like
I mean, look, here's the thing. Look, I'll just look, Travis. You're on
Come on,
top of the
Travis.
stage.
Look, Travis.
No, no, you're on top of the
Hey, we went to
stage.
school together, Travis. Chill.
You, unlike the people down at the bottom, you have complete
Control.
View.
View.
of everything.
Yeah.
So when it's all said and done, you're probably gonna want to play the card of, well, I was performing, I was doing my show. Yeah, but you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I mean, there was even people that went up to like the camera and like at the staff.
I mean, he was
Stage
way up there.
staff
When you look at
or-
the video compared to where the people were at, he's like way,
Yeah.
way up
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
Like that gives you complete, clear view of everything that's going on. You're
it's just
gonna
weird
tell me that you were so into your
It's just-
performance, like were you rapping with your eyes closed that you literally didn't see shit? I mean, that's gonna
Well,
be
you can
I
hear the
agree.
people
yeah, that's gonna be.
screaming.
Like, I
Like,
mean, it may be that that's gonna be your only excuse that you can try, but it's like okay, really. No one's gonna get up to on stage and just perform with their eyes closed and not be able to see anything. Because that's really the only way you're not gonna be able to see anything. Or just or one way that you're not gonna be able to see that some chaos going on, that there's something going on. Right? You have to have been able to see something.
Mhm.
And that's all they're gonna need. All the lawyers and the legalists that are getting into these lawsuits, that's all they're gonna need.
See,
Just
yeah.
one little
mhm.
look, dude, the video showed this and you were knee deep in your, whatever it was. And you can clearly see from where you were at to where this
What
is
was
going,
going
on.
on? Yeah.
So
Passed out dude, and he was like,
at the end of the day, I think that they're gonna find him liable in some capacity, including the venue, including
And the artist.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's serious because he's already pulled out of two. He was supposed to be in Vegas this weekend,
Right.
and he's not doing that. And he's fixing to pull out of Bonnaroo as well. I
Really?
believe. Yeah.
well, they were saying that he might pull out of Coachella too.
There,
so
I'm
it's-
sorry, Coachella. That's what. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for sure, he's out of Vegas this weekend because he was supposed to be there this weekend, and Coachella's still up in the air. He's gonna end up getting pulled. I'm pretty sure.
Those are big money
That's a-
events.
well, that's-
I mean,
yeah, and people go there.
Yeah.
Crazy gets packed.
that's what they expect. They expect to see artists like that, at Coachella and all those events. But
It's just expected, but like if you really didn't really try to do anything to stop it, like that's.
I mean, you're an
That's where
artist.
it's
You're an
like-
artist, Mario.
I mean, I would really,
What would you say?
in my opinion, I would really try to stop whatever it was that was going on. Like, who cares, like.
Start
I
playing
mean,
all peaceful music.
Yeah, the show must go on, but I think at one point, like, you really stop and think about it, and you're like, you know
People,
what?
people died, so it
Yeah,
got pretty
like,
bad. You
that's what
can't
I'm
sit there
saying,
and act
bad,
like
yeah.
you can't sit there and act like, well, it was just that happens all the time. No, people don't die all the time at concerts. I'm sorry, but they don't.
Unless they're on
I
drugs.
mean, you see
but
people
other than
stopping
that-
fights, like Dave Grohl stopped fights, at his concerts and kick people out.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it,
yeah,
like,
yeah. I've seen that. I've seen
You've
that.
seen people die in
But
front of you. Like,
it's the look, and I'll put it out there. I am not a fan of this genre in the least. As far as I'm concerned, is to me it's terrible. And I'm not anti-rap at all. I'm really not because I like the old school stuff. Like I
Mhm.
like and Dom will tell you,
Yes, it is.
I like the old school stuff where they were actually rapping, not auto tuning everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so to me, like the whole gist of artists, it pains me to even say the word in when I'm referring to them. Artists such as Travis Scott and all these other guys that they're 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 looked at as rappers, but they're auto tuning everything.
Snoop Dogg called it the mumble rap
The
era.
Whatever,
there you
I mean,
go.
call it whatever you
The
want to
mumble
call it.
rap era.
My problem with it is like, dude, anybody could do that. I could do that. I mean, you're just literally saying words into a program, and then the program
Mm.
does its thing and spits them out the other
Spits it
end, and
out
it
and make it
sounds like a rap.
sound. Yeah, sounds like something.
I mean, how much talent does that really take?
That's true.
So,
It's all the producer, like
you
Dell
know,
here.
my look, I've said this before, and I'll continue saying the worst thing that could have happened to rap was Lil Wayne. That's because
Is that
that
the worst thing?
the worst thing that happened to rap was Lil Wayne, and why?
I'm not touching that.
Because no,
But
because
I'm listening.
What is
that's
lollipop song?
that no, it's not. It's the way he's the one that's okay. There's this show on Netflix, a documentary series called "This Is Pop,"
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the first one to actually use auto tunes was
yeah.
oh god, it escapes me right now. But I'm talking about to the legit rappers,
Mhm.
the legit guys who rap for the sake of rapping. The whole genre for me, I noticed it that it did a left instead of the right that it usually does
Mm.
was when Little Wayne dropped,
Oh.
because if you can go back and look at it,
Mhm.
when he did his thing, he blew up,
Yeah,
and
he
then
did blow
everybody
up.
wanted to copy not only what he was doing lyrically and musically with the auto tunes, but even down to the way he looks
Right.
with the pants sagging
S-
and it's like
Skateboarding,
right.
all
So
that.
now like now you're not even being original. You're copycatting, and that's to me when I look at the genre and I look at they're all just copycatting Little Wayne. So
To
It's a
that
good
I
way of putting it
say,
away, yeah.
young moolah, baby.
but
But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Manny, and definitely, I mean, the rap now
Try
is
this cheese,
crazy. It's good, man. But I mean, to each their own preference. I mean, I like all genres of music. I mean,
no,
I can
I
listen
mean
to
I
anything.
mean I'm not gonna say that I like them all, but
I'll give it a chance.
I have a playlist that goes from rock to country to Tejano to rap to old 70s. My playlist is all over the place.
Yeah.
So I like to say that and again, coming from a family of musicians as well, I have a semblance of an ear for music per se.
Hmm.
So when I hear something like, I'm going to tell you legitimately, actually, that's because, like, for example, just to prove to y'all that I'm not just like this huge hater.
You're never a hater, bro.
When Post Malone first came out, I was like, oh god, this douchebag. That's literally what I thought.
The comments are about to go blow up.
Like these complete and total trash. Like that was my first just
Just by
just
looking at
yeah,
him.
Was it just by looking at it, or was like,
well,
dude,
it was a combination of two.
Yep.
I don't remember what song it was. I didn't think it was a really good song. And then he I think it's called Circles. I think it's the name of the song that he has.
No,
Congratulations.
the run
Yeah.
away while you're running in
That one.
circles.
Yeah, I
That
like
one.
Yeah,
that. I like that.
Okay. So when he dropped that and I heard it, I'm like, okay,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
That's talent right
That's
there.
good. That's good.
When he did that,
got
and
that Motowny feel.
I heard
Yeah, yeah, I felt
that when I did a 360 on it. Because at first I was like, oh God, look at you. Trying to be like Lil Wayne. Tattoos all over your
Yeah,
face.
that's all
All
over.
your hands tatted up. What's Lil Wayne got? Tattoos on his face, his hands all tatted up. It's like, dude,
Big old grills.
yeah, I've seen it. My first inclination was I've seen it. Been there, done that. He's just black. He's black and you're white, but you're the same guy. But
Right.
then like I said, when he dropped Circles and I heard that, I'm like, I didn't even realize it was him. That's how
Right.
much of a like.
Yeah.
At first, I heard it, I'm like, ah, that's. And then I remember somebody's like, yeah, that's Post Malone. I'm like, oh, no way.
I think what mine changed my mind on it was that song he came with, Stay. It's just like
Yeah,
it's just
Yeah,
an
it was like
that's
a
acoustic
another
guitar.
one.
mojito. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
That's
both of
another
them.
one.
Got that Hawaiian
That's
vibe
another
going.
one.
Yeah, that
Now,
one was the one I was
so
like, damn.
so so now I'm a huge Post Malone fan, and
Yeah.
then the oh my god, I can't even think. The Weekend is another one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like these are legit artists to me. Like the guys that are actually coming in here with original stuff.
Bangers, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
not these. You know, they're all copying Lil Wayne. At the end of the day, I'm sorry, but that's just that's all they're doing. They're not doing original stuff.
Yeah,
So that's my little spiel on that.
originality.
Yeah,
Originality. And yeah, and definitely originality is important, especially in the music
yeah,
industry,
yeah.
because everybody's done everything. So
Yep.
be original. But now we want to get into the holiday portion,
Cool.
and talk about holiday events coming up and such, like such as blood drive that's coming up. It says a 2-day blood drive event at 9 washtub locations, November 20th and 21st. It says donate blood, help save a life today. We want to go ahead and show, like, on Saturday, November 20th, we got the Blanco Road location, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Got the Culebra Road, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We will also post this on our page. So if you want to
Yes.
donate and help save lives, we'll
Be able to
we'll
link to
post
it.
it. Yeah, we'll post it on the Facebook and the Instagram page. But yeah, definitely you want to go ahead, because there's a shortage right now, and I usually donate. I donate blood or plasma. I usually like to help out as much as I can during the holidays. So definitely give, better than receiving, right?
Mm-hmm. For
And of
sure.
course, Veterans Day weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got the veterans and active duty can get married for free at Bear County Courthouse Friday, November 12th, 11:30 at 11:30 or 3 in honor of Veterans Day. You can see that on ksat12.com. We also got military receive free admission with ID all month and can get 50% off of family members. This is for zoo, the zoo lights.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, zoo lights can get free admission. You heard that, Manny?
Mm-hmm.
that's November
Take my cousin out.
21st. Take my cousin out.
Riverwalk lights. Hey, if you haven't been to the Riverwalk, it's fucking beautiful. Yeah, definitely. It starts tomorrow, November 12th. So get ready until January 10th when all the season is over. As always, it's free to enjoy. Official lighting and river parade will be November 20th, 6th. We also got here Black Friday is going to be 6
Mm-hmm.
to 8 p.m. on the Riverwalk. The Ford Holiday Boat Caroling will begin on December 2nd to the 23rd
Be
at
fun.
the International Center building.
I've actually done that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caroling?
Yeah. Yeah. On the
Oh, I
boats.
On the
got
boats,
it.
It's
did you go to
actually
Hey,
the?
we gotta
yeah.
get
Got
Manny back on
it.
here to start
I've
caroling.
literally done that. Actually, I think we did it last year.
Manny and my
It's always
cousin are
Elisa.
coming here
Elisa,
now.
she's the one that always gets me into this stuff. Um,
Hey, she makes you a better man for it, huh?
allegedly,
Allegedly.
that's what I'm told at least. But
But
yeah, I've done that. It's pretty cool
yeah,
getting out there and
it's
riding around on a
fun.
boat singing Christmas music, even though I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
stand Christmas for the most part.
Hey, the music started. If you went to the gas station today, you
Yeah.
hear all the jingle
Oh
bells and
God.
everything.
Mm.
Walmart's already playing. I feel like I always go back to Walmart.
Yeah. We got Retalma Park. Starts the light park
Ooh,
drive-through
yes.
family and friend event, November 12th, tomorrow, 5:30 to 11 p.m.
That was gonna be really nice.
all the way to January 2nd. And then we got Holiday in the Parks, Six Flags, of course, November 20th. Uh, of course, Zoo Lights for November 21st. Yeah, begins.
Mm-hmm.
Trans Siberian Orchestra. I mean, I love music. I love music, and I love when I hear the music for Christmas through the orchestra because it's natural.
It's gonna be a great show
It's
right
gonna
there.
be a show,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and that's gonna be was it December 10th with two shows of 3:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. at the AT&T Center,
Yeah.
Santa's Ranch, New Braunfels. Now
Santa
that's a lot.
Claus.
Santa
Mhm.
Claus, Pancho Claus.
Pancho Claus.
November 5th, it already began, so it's gonna go all the way to January 2nd, and then Helotes Christmas Parade, December 11th. Mark your calendars for that one. And then if you have a holiday event that you want us to showcase on the show, please comment or like send us a message. and we will get back to you on that. But
That way
okay,
people can see it there and
Yep.
have
definitely.
options.
Definitely. Yeah, you'll see it there. I mean, comment on our videos or send us a message. I mean, we want to help anybody local for this holiday season. I mean, we also got a special episode coming up this month featuring some tamales,
Ooh.
some
Tamales,
different
he said.
companies. I mean, I heard from our manager here that we might be getting Tamale Boy
Ooh. Shout out to Tamale Boy.
or
So
and Delia's.
did I hear a tamale off?
Tamale.
Yes.
We actually need somebody, tamale takedown. And we want somebody who maybe hasn't tried tamales versus somebody who's an expert in tamales. Just so we can get a,
Yep.
Oh
yin
yeah.
and yang.
He's like, oh yeah, I just want to come eat the
He's like, I just want to be here. I already know, man.
Yeah.
But definitely, if you think you have the best tamales, please let us know.
Well, I'll
What's
tell
your
you
favorite
what.
type of
I'll
tamale?
tell you what. No, I've heard that they're bomb.com, but I have not to this day I still have not tried who's that the ones from the valley that just opened up here?
Cordelia's?
Is it Delia's? Yeah.
Ooh, you're in for, okay.
I haven't tried.
I'm gonna
I
have to
still
get him
I
some
still to this
tamales.
day
Huh?
have not tried those yet. I for sure. Are you kidding me?
Did you have to ask him?
Dude,
He was
yeah.
like, right when he heard it, he's like, I'm
does
coming.
a prostitute work a corner?
There you go. That's Manny for you. But anyway, that's the show that we have for you here at Domination. Please, next week we're gonna be doing another show, 7 p.m. Me, Mario, and a guest. And if you want to be a
Yes.
guest, also message us so we can talk to you about it as well.
Yeah.
But
Follow the page too.
yeah, follow, like,
Mhm.
share, subscribe.
Follow, like, subscribe. Follow, like, subscribe.
And
All of
Manny, thank you so much for
You're
being
very
with us
welcome.
today. You honor us by serving. Because you know what? Like, if y'all didn't do it, the military didn't do it, then who would protect
Yeah,
us?
no.
But thank you. But to all y'all watching today, dominate the day. And this is Domination.